The Legends have successfully assembled the legendary Loom of Fate, but they just don't have the godlike power they need to wield it. So they head back to college in this episode for a magical chalice that should do the trick. And as often happens in college, it all comes down to a game of beer pong. So just quick spoiler warning, this video does obviously contain spoilers for Freaks and Geeks, the latest episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow. So this was a really good episode. I mean, this episode found Legends of Tomorrow doing what it does best. Telling a story about friendship and relationships, all wrapped up in a magically silly plot to keep it rolling. And this is honestly probably one of my favorite episodes. I think this is probably my favorite episode of the season. I love stories like this. I love college, high school stories, especially because, they're relatable for me because I'm in high school. So I just like those kind of movies and TV shows and stuff. So I really like seeing this episode. So anyway, this week, the team's research leads them to realize the magical chalice of Dionysius? I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But anyway, his chalice can allow anyone who drinks from it to become immortal for 24 hours. And the Legends need that kind of power to successfully wield the Loom of Fate. And luckily, Nate knows where they can find the cup, because he remembers it from his time in college, as the magical chug cup was an campus legend. So the Legends head back to campus, and they're going Greek. So turns out the chalice is still kicking around Hudson University, a famed college in the DC universe, most notably where Dick Grayson actually attended. So there's good reason for that. Because Dionysius, I'm just going to call him Dion, himself has been hiding out there for years under the nickname Dion. Yeah, so he's going under the name Dion, but he's actually this Greek god, Dionysius, whatever his name is. So Dion is leading a frat house where the party never stops. So the Legends head to retrieve the chalice, but it's under the authority of Dion, who has set up a challenge where only the frat house that wins the chug challenge can acquire the cup. And after stealing the cup is a no-go, the Legends start a sorority to win the challenge themselves. And that setup serves as an excellent vehicle to get Astra deeper into the Legends fold, which was great because she gets a chance to bond with Zari and Sara, Ava, and especially Charlie while they're forming their whole frat sorority thing. And then, of course, they're also even getting in on some good old-fashioned college hijinks along the way. So, after they talk Astra out of burning down the rival frat house, which wasn't that bad of an idea, but still the wrong idea, the swift turn in Astra's story has definitely been an interesting one, honestly. And if there's one thing the series has always done well, it's redemption. Like, a lot of characters on this show have been redeemed. Specifically, two of the main characters of this show, Captain Cold and Heatwave. Of course, Captain Cold, Leonard Snart, sacrificed himself. He used to be a criminal. He sacrificed himself as a hero. And Mick is still on the team now. He used to be a criminal, but now he's a hero. He's a legend now as well. So, continuing on with the theme of redemption, could they be setting up Astra to join the Legends long term? Or is this just a short-term thing to wrap up her arc? I mean, only time will tell, but it's clear she's quickly becoming a good fit in the ensemble, and I'm starting to like her character a little more. And they even start up an inclusive new sorority along the way, bringing in the misfits just looking to fit in at Hudson. So even after the Legends wrap their mission up, the girls decide to keep it going, and, it's a sweet moment and nice showing that even their wacky plans get to do a little bit of good in the world. Nate also gets to relive his glory days a bit, and after drinking some of Dion's magical beer that literally takes him back to the maturity of his college years, he really has some fun, and he's basically under the control of Dion this whole episode, and some other good things that came out of this is that the trip to Hudson also serves as a chance for Rory's daughter to tour the campus, and Rory rigs the game a bit by going back in time and donating to the university to get a building named after him, which should help her chances of acceptance. But then they really get to bond when they go and retrieve the chalice together, and though he does it in his own way, of course, because this is new to Mick. He's never done anything like this before, like ever. So I like seeing that Mick really is making an effort at being a father, and he's just trying his best, and he's doing it the only way that he knows how to, and that's just being Mick Rory. So as for the big climax of the episode, of course, Legends continues to not be your typical superhero show. No big battles or CGI wackiness here. Not like The Flash or Supergirl or anything like that. Just a high-stakes game of beer pong, of course. So, with the Legends out of options to win the chalice, Sara challenges Dion to the most famed game of the college years. And then, of course, she cheats a little bit and uses her powers and assassin training to mop the floor with him. So the Legends, of course, win the chalice, and the team decide to drink it together so they can all share the burden of using the loom, except for Zari for some reason. That was a little confusing to me, because she's the one that wanted the loom the most in the first place so that she could bring back her brother. But then literally everybody drank from the chalice and got the immortality, except for her, because she's like, I trust that you'll bring back my baby brother. Like, why wouldn't you want to have a part in this? Like, what are you going to do while everyone else uses the loom? I mean, are you just going to stand there and watch, like, ooh, pretty lights? Like, why not just drink it and be a part of this thing? That would really bring her into as a part of a team, because at the beginning of the season, she wasn't part of this team, and now she is, but that, I don't know, I just found this part really confusing. But I like where they're going with this. I believe there's 2 more episodes of the season, so I'm not sure what's going to happen in the next episode, because, they have the chalice, they have the immortality, but only for 24 hours, so they need to use the loom in the next episode, basically. But then what would that have left to do in the last episode? I don't really know. But things don't go as planned exactly at the end, though, because one of Charlie's sisters, the other loom weaver people, I like to call her the Coin Lady. I don't know her actual name, but she was the one working with Astra in Hell. And she shows up and meets up with Astra and tells her that she owes her for messing with John Constantine, and that she needs to cash in on the favor, basically. So we don't get to see what that is, or what Coin Lady wants Astra to do for her. But it's almost certainly not anything good for the Legends. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But next week, the rest of the Arrowverse might be wrapping up. Like, The Flash actually just wrapped up like a couple minutes before this episode started, actually. Of course, you can check out my review for that. It's on my channel here. But then we got Supergirl wrapping up next week, Batwoman next week as well. And yeah, then this will be the only other Arrowverse show going, except Stargirl starts next week. But that's not technically part of the Arrowverse. So yeah, 2 more episodes on this. But yeah, so like I said, Legend is still rolling on for now. And next week's episode finds the team surrounded by zombies, apparently. So it's basically going to be The Walking Dead, but with superheroes and superpowers and everything. So that'll be interesting to see. It's going to be an episode that looks to be a fun horror movie twist, similar. I like to think, from what we've seen, I like to think of it as maybe like a mix of a couple episodes ago, in the episode where Bayrod died, when they were on the set of Supernatural with the zombies there, and then mixed in with earlier in the season with Freddie Myers at the prom night slasher, that kind of thing, like kind of a mix of those two. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen in this episode, but I'm definitely excited to see it. The past couple seasons I've been kind of with Legends because I just like the other shows more, but I'm starting to really like this show a lot more. Honestly, this is probably my favorite show from the Arrowverse right now. I mean, maybe I like The Flash a little bit more, but I really like this show, and I'm excited to see more from it. And we'll have to just wait and see what happens in these final 2 episodes of Season 5. But what did you guys think about this episode? And please let me know all your thoughts and theories for the next episode down in the comments below. We can start a whole conversation about it. I replied to pretty much all comments, so go ahead and do that. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like button and smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, so that I can keep you up to date on DC's Legends of Tomorrow, all the other Arrowverse shows, and so that I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.